Alrighty, team, let's get right into it. How are you? How are things? How are you doing, really? What's going on? What's on your mind? What's been taking up your focus today? Where have you been going in the temple, in the castle of your mind? Is it something you're enjoying? Or is it something that's a little bit stressful? Something not as great? Just be aware of where you are right now. Be aware of where you've been all day today. Just return to yourself real quick before we continue. You good? You got there? Good. Hold that in mind just for right now. Today was a beautiful day. I don't know about you, but the weather around me was fantastic. It was fantastic. It was warm, especially for, January 8th or something like that, which normally in our area could get pretty cold. We had some nice warm weather, and it reminded me that, hey, you know what? Sometimes there are these little breaks in the cold. There are these breaks in the tough times. Sometimes we have really tough things going on. And I mean really, really tough. But every so often, we get this little breather. It's this little moment to maybe not exactly rest and relax, but almost just to catch our breath. To be able to think a little bit clearly for that period of time. And then it feels like right after that, we go right back into the tough moments. I think we're given those breaks. We're given those breaks on purpose. Now, there could be many reasons as to what this purpose is, and we may never know them. But what I do know is what we have control over, which is how do we react? How do we think? How do we behave? When you get these moments to breathe, do you spend the whole time stressing about what's still to come? Or do you take that moment to breathe? Do you take that moment to take a break from the stress and say, you know what? Even though X, Y, and Z are going on, for right now, I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm here. I want you to take that moment for yourself right now. That thing that you're thinking about. I want you to acknowledge either one of two things. Acknowledge that you're in this tough time, and soon, you may not know when, but soon, there is a break coming. Or the other thing may be that you are in this break right now. And the cool thing about these breaks is there is no time frame on it. There is no time limit. This break could last anything from 10 seconds to 10 years. We don't know how long these moments will last, these good moments that refill us, that make us feel great. So instead of worrying about what's coming next and when this will end, take this moment right now to just appreciate where you are, whether it's good or bad. Whether it's bad, know that there is good very close on the way. And then if it's good, be glad that it's here right now. Be glad that it's not something you had to wait for until tomorrow or next week or next month. Because even though we may be struggling now, we may be in a good moment now, there are people out there who are really, really going through it. I make sure to love these moments because I know not everybody gets to have them. It makes them feel special to me. Really think about it. Think about the fact that things may suck. You may hate your circumstances. You may even hate parts of yourself. But it also is so crazy, so amazing that not everybody has these experiences. Yeah, they may have a different flavor of them, meaning different details, but same story. But even still, not everybody is going to experience the same story. So, at the very least, you are able to see that what you're going through is special. It's special for more than just that reason. But when we're in it, it's hard to see it. Truly. Gratitude and, I guess, learning is so much easier in hindsight when we look at the past. Learning and being grateful in the moment, that's something that's really deliberate. It's something that's practiced. It's a muscle. And yeah, after some time, we can train that muscle to be more unconscious, to be more on autopilot. But it takes a little bit of time to get there, and most people don't. Most people don't spend the time to get there. There is this really, really cool trick that you can use in order to feel however you want to feel more often. I'm sure you've heard the idea of reframing, right? When it comes to our minds, when it comes to our thoughts, reframing has to do with having some story, having some meaning around some experience or some circumstance, and then changing what that meaning is. That's cool and all, but it can be tough at times, especially if the story we've been telling ourselves is one that we've told for a very long time. This could be something about our identities or an event that we experienced when we were super young, and we took some meaning out of that experience and just ran with it for years, maybe even decades for some people. The easier thing to do, the trick, is actually this thing called pre-framing, which you might be able to guess is all about telling yourself a story about an experience that hasn't happened yet. You basically set yourself up for what you expect some new experience to be. Now, when you pre-frame, you don't have to go that far into the details. You could just talk about how you want to experience it, like how do you want to feel about whatever's coming. I realize I say experience a lot, so sorry if it gets a little confusing. That right there is a pre-frame. What I just did right now was a pre-frame, because up until now, you may not have even noticed how often I said the word experience. But now that I've said that line, you are primed to hear it more and more and more. Every single time I say it, every single time someone else says it, you're going to notice it now. And fun fact, that what I just said right there is also another pre-frame, because you may not have noticed when other people say the word experience. But because I mention it now, you might remember this video, this point, and say, oh wow, wait a minute. I actually have noticed people say experience more often. Or I guess that's what you will say. Wink, wink, The point is, when you come into a situation pre-framed, it's a lot easier to have the experience that you're looking for. So a more applicable example is, before I ever go out and spend time with friends or family, I will say something along the lines of, today is going to be so eventful, or today is going to be so exciting. Today is going to have so much gratitude in it. There are so many ways that you could pre-frame. And the point of it is, you want to pre-frame in a way that's subjective so that you can choose to be right. And what I'm saying is, the point is, you are determining what your experience will be like. So rather than trying to change it later and finding the ways to be ways to be grateful after the fact. You're deciding right now that later I will be grateful for what's about to happen. So let me notice the things that are, I guess that I'm grateful for is the best way I could say that. It truly is a powerful thing when you can get into the habit of doing that. Say you're about to go on a date. Say you're about to meet a special person in your life. Just say, I'm going to notice so many special things about them. Think about it. If you did or didn't do that, how different could your experience be? If you didn't pre-frame yourself that way, would you really notice as many things that are special about them? Maybe. We don't know. But I could promise you that if you pre-frame, you're doing this thing where you're feeding your RAS, your reticular activating system in your brain, which is kind of like the filter of your brain, where everything that's coming in through your ears and through your eyes and through your other senses, that's getting filtered in the RAS, and it's looking for very specific signals, very specific things, words, sounds, very specific pictures. I don't know. It's like that thing, that experience where you're driving a car and maybe you get a new car. Is usually the best example. And right after you get that new car, you start noticing your same car everywhere. Whatever that make and model is, you see it everywhere. That's because your brain now got trained in the RAS to notice that car. Do the same thing with your words or with these little pre-framed ideas, right? Tell yourself you want to see something special, and because of that, you're going to notice the special things about them. So back to the very, very beginning of the video, whatever it is you're going through, I acknowledge you. And I know that things could be tough right now, or things were tough before, and maybe they're about to get tough. Wherever you are, what could you pre-frame about tomorrow that can make it just a little bit lighter, a little bit easier, maybe a little bit more filled with love? Think about it for just a moment. What do I want tomorrow to look like? What do I have to ask? What do I have to pre-frame in order to get it? I think you have a truly remarkable day ahead of you tomorrow. I really think so. It may seem a little strange to be doing this, and that's okay. Just play along with me. Go through this process. Maybe rewind this a little bit and re-listen to this whole video. See if it makes a little bit more sense now, after watching this all the way through. Just trust me. Trust me that you will surprise yourself. And then you and I will meet again. It won't be tomorrow. No. We're going to meet sometime a little bit later. But whenever we do, it's going to be a very nostalgic, very cathartic feeling. So until then, just remember to always, always, always fill up with the love. All the love that's around you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.